Hey everybody, it's Tim from Tadabase here, and this is Build It with Tim. On today's episode, we're going to learn how to send daily PDF reports using scheduled tasks and PDF pages. Now, in the past, I've done some videos on automating your email notifications. And in general, this is kind of a similar system, except we're including PDF pages and some additional logic. Jumping into the Tadabase builder here, here's what we are trying to do. Every single day, we want to send a PDF report for each project that is currently open. Now, we are defining the status of open or not open based on this count field or this formula field that is checking the number of open tasks. If a condition is met, meaning if open tasks is greater than 0, we want to send a PDF report to the project manager that contains all of this other information about that particular project. Project notes, expenses, and tasks. The first thing we need to do is actually create the PDF or the report that we want to send. Headed to the Automation tab, and under PDF Pages, we can add a new PDF page. We can give it a name, like Daily Report, and we have to choose a view type for the data that we wish to display. There's two options available to us. We have List and we have Detail. List means that we are showing all of the records from a particular data table. Detail means that we are showing one record from a data table, and it also gives us the ability to view connected or related information. So in our case, because we want to send a report based on a single project, we also want to display connected tasks, expenses, and notes, we are going to choose the detail type. Next, we have to define the data table that we want to process the PDF for. In this case, it's going to be projects. From here, we can start to build out our page just like we would inside the page builder. I'm going to add a new row and column and component, and I'll begin by adding a detail component about the particular project that we are sending the report for. We'll put our fields in like project title, project description, the project manager, and then I'll add a new column next to this, and we will add our total expenses, our number of open tasks, and the priority. Below this, I want to start adding all of my connected information. I'm going to use the table component to display a list of the tasks with the task name, the description, the progress, priority, and deadline, and who it's assigned to. And I'm also going to filter this where I'm only going to show tasks where the status or the progress is not done. Below that, I'll add another row with a column inside and add another table component and repeat that process for my expenses that connect to this particular project. And one last time for our notes. We can preview what this PDF is going to look like by clicking the download preview button in the bottom right hand corner. This is going to generate based on a record inside of our data table, and we can just check out what this is going to look like. So far, this looks good to me, so I'm going to move on to the next stage. And we're going to be using scheduled tasks in order to generate this PDF at a specified frequency. And part of that process includes saving the generated PDF back to the data table. So before I add this scheduled task, I'm actually going to go back to my data builder and into my projects table, and I'm going to add a couple administrative things. The first thing I'm going to add is an attachments field. This is going to store the daily report. Now that I have that field created, I can go back to scheduled tasks and I can create my task. Just like our PDF, we need to define what data table our task is going to run on or which records it's going to process. And in our case, we're going to choose projects. We're going to determine our schedule. We're going to say run daily at, let's say, 9 a.m. And now we can define our task action. From our dropdown of available actions, we're going to choose Create PDF New. In the middle here, we need to add a condition because we only want to send this report when a project actually has open tasks. So we can click Add Condition, and then we can decide what our condition is going to be. Because we have a field on our data table that is currently counting the number of tasks that are open, we can use this as a condition. We'll say only create this PDF when the number of open tasks is higher than 0. Next, we can configure our creation of the PDF page. We can select a daily report PDF that we created earlier. Then we can select the daily report attachments field that we created earlier. And then we have an option to whether we want to append the PDF into that attachment field or overwrite. Now I'm going to choose overwrite. I can then save this task, but we're not done yet. Going back to our data builder, when this task runs, it is going to generate a PDF and it's going to save it here. However, we now need another task in order to email it to the project manager. Headed back to the automation tab, we're going to create a second scheduled task, and this is going to be send daily report. We are again going to choose the projects table because this is where the project manager field lives. And again, we're going to choose on schedule. We'll choose daily. However, this time we're going to stagger the time slightly in order to give our system some time to process all the PDFs. We will then send the email 30 minutes later at 9:30. Configuring our task action is going to look similar, except this time we're going to choose send email. Our condition is going to be the same. We only want to send this PDF in an email when the number of tasks is higher than 0. And to configure our email, we will simply fill out all of the fields below. We are going to send to a field value of the project manager's email. We can fill out our from name and our email, and we can then fill out a subject. So we'll say daily report for project, and then we will include the project title. Next, in our message, we can continue to add relevant fields where we can say, good morning to the project manager. And then we can start to describe what the email is meant for. So, right, we can say, project title currently has this many open tasks. Your daily report is attached. Now at the very bottom, we can attach a field value. Because we saved our PDF to our daily report attachments field, we can use that here inside of the email. Saving this will complete our workflow. Let's just quickly recap what that workflow looks like. Within our data builder, we have a projects data table that stores information on projects that we are currently working on. Connected to that table, we have project notes, expenses, and tasks. Every single day, we want to go through this projects table, check whether or not the project currently has open tasks, generate a PDF report, and email it to the project manager. We created our PDF report through automation and PDF pages, and then we're using our 2 scheduled tasks to first create and save the daily report to a record, and then another one to actually email it 30 minutes later. All right, so that's it for today's episode of Build It with Tim. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Take care.